Hello, I'm Cousin Todd, hailing to you from Lake of the Ozarks. I was unable to attend Mike's service, and I'm so sorry. I want to pass along my condolences to Nance, Laura, and Graceland. Terribly sorry that I couldn't be there to give you a big old hug and shed a few tears with you, and maybe have a few beers. Actually, I haven't had a beer in like 4 years, but I'd have one now. Quick backstory, Minnie and I graduated from college in 1997. Well, I was 96, she was 97. We bought a gas station on North Broadway, Eddie's North Broadway, and Mike came to us from Scott Belt. Scott Belt referred Minnie to buy all of her stationery, her notepads and anything like that, from Mike and Nance at A Plus Printing. So Minnie comes home and she says, I met a sales today. And I'm like, big whoop. Because the family is huge. So I was going to bring a big whiteboard, but it'd probably been like a big presentation, and I'm technologically challenged. So I just did this. So Ruben had Mike. He had a brother, Herbert. He had a lot of brothers and sisters, but I'm not listing them. Herbert had Howard Sr. Howard Sr. had Howard Jr. That's my dad. So my grandpa and Mike are first cousins. So that'd make us, how's this work? First cousins, twice removed. I don't know how that works, but anyway, that's how we decided we're cousins. So we just addressed each other as Cousin Mike and Cousin Todd, referring to each other as the best looking ones, me of course with the hair. Mike made all these notepads, and he'd put at the bottom of them from the desk of Mindy or whoever. And Mindy had them made for like her whole family and for Christmas. So I remember her dad, she made Hawkeye ones for her dad. They were black and gold. And to this day, last I knew, there was still a pad of them sitting on my father-in-law's desk, even after he's passed away 5 years ago. And it had this little notes, passwords to the internet and stuff written on it. And so Mike's always going to be a part of us, not only our DNA, but our story. And years later, I started my own business, building homes, and I went down to Mike and Nance and I said, hey, could you design me a logo and some business cards, like 250. I thought 250, I don't even know 250 people. So they said, yeah. So Mike calls me and he says, hey, they're done, come on down. So I beat it down there, and of course he can't find them. He just called me, but you know, his filing system's a little askew. But he said 1,000 was cheaper and there's no charge, just a bigger box. And so that's the logo. I'd have made on my hats and shirts and coats and all that good stuff. But Mike would do all the stationery work for Pheasants Forever. Paul Klein would take everything down to Mike, and Mike would print it all up and have it all made for us. And each year we had a Pheasants Forever banquet. And don't tell Mindy I'm telling this story. Mike was in the back corner of was at Ameristar, and a big banquet room. This year that I'm talking about, the MC bailed, and so I volunteered to be the MC for the Pheasants Forever banquet. And they had this woodcock in the back. It was like a statue, hand-carved wood. Some special artist carved it, probably with his fingernail or something. I don't know. But anyway, they had these little ankle bracelets, like the tag birds with. They were tags. And so, I can't believe I'm telling this story. Mike is in the back. I can kind of see him. And I said, don't forget to stop by back there and buy your tickets. They're 1 for $5, or I'll even sell you 3 for $15 or something. I can't remember, something like that. And so I said, so don't forget your woodcock rings in the back corner. No one caught that except Mike. He'd come up and he said, I see what you did there. And I was like, you heard that? And he said, yeah, I heard that. I said, no one else did. And we laughed. And it was really, really funny. We'd messenger each other after we moved to the lake on Messenger, and Mike would write me little messages and he'd say, "Cousin Todd, who is Rhonda Sales? Scratch that, Susan Sales." And because our family's so big, you know, one of us probably knew. If we didn't identify, we knew that the other one would know. And I said, "Okay, that is my dad's brother Terry's ex-wife, and real nice gal." He's like, "Oh, okay. I saw her comment on your post, and I liked her comment, but I didn't know who the heck she was." So, okay. So one of the last messages I had from Mike was, "We'll be fixing to come see you, cuz." And so, you know, he never got the chance to come down and see me. And next time I see him, they'll be in heaven. I do know that. And one of the fallout of losing Mike, lots of things, but on a humorous side, if you can find some humor, I tried to find humor, Mike would appreciate this, was Mike wasn't able to vote. And so I guess I'd put a message out that anybody knows any Democrats out there that know how that deceased people vote, please let Laura, Nancy, or Graceland know. Send me a message. I don't care. We'll make sure. We want to get sure Mike gets his vote. And if you were Facebook friends with him, you knew where he stood, his thoughts, and he wasn't unashamed for it. And going to miss his post. He had some great comments, and he just didn't care. And I can still hear his voice, and he's going to be missed. Just want to say, Cousin Mike, this is Cousin Todd signing off. I love you. God bless you all.